This week.
From the time I was born, through all of my days.
For those of us that have been waiting upwards of 2 to 3 years for this, the launch of PSVR2 seems a little surreal, but it's finally here. At this point, just days away. The tech is insanely impressive, the launch lineup is firing on all cylinders, and PSVR1 remasters are ready to be played. Now, we just have to wait until the 22nd for the UPS guy to show up.
One foot in the shadows, one foot on the brakes, one foot to the gallows, where it's quiet and safe, and respect that
Don't fail me now.
VR Games Week 2023 officially kicks off Monday, February 20th over on UnrealEngine.com and runs through Friday, February 24th. Expect plenty of amazing VR stories that highlight upcoming PSVR2 games like Hubris, Switchback VR, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, Crossfire Sierra Squad, a VR-focused Inside Unreal livestream, an unannounced VR game, and more. The new PSVR2 trailer for Resident Evil Village dropped this week, and well listen, there's a bunch of spoilers in it, so if you want to watch the whole thing, I posted it on the channel a couple days ago. But for anyone who doesn't want to see any of the monsters or story or anything else that could ruin the experience the first time you play, let me just say this. It's VRAF, and maybe even more VRAF than anyone expected it to be. This is the true definition of what a hybrid game really looks like. So if what we've heard is true, that it really does look better in the headset than it does on the flat screen, this might be one of the best VR games ever made.
Stormtroopers came in, threats were made, but our friends would not back down.
Surely we can count on you now.
Wow.
I have to be honest here, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm pretty sure I only saw the original trilogy, and then after The Phantom Menace, I promised myself I'd never watch another one. Plus, after hearing some bad reviews, I never played Tales from the Galaxy's Edge on Quest, so I'm going to be cautiously optimistic here when I say that this new trailer from ILMX Lab for the PSVR2 version looks really good. It kind of has my attention.
The Council did.
If every world had a hero like you, my existence would be considerably less stressful.
Uh-oh! More troopers headed your way!
Who went to the moon to explore in peace will stay on the moon to rest in peace.
Plenty of PSVR1 games are getting PSVR2 remasters, but throughout all of the announcements, people kept asking about Wanderer, and rightfully so. It's one of the best and most underappreciated games of last gen. Luckily, someone over in Germany wasn't keeping a close eye on the PlayStation blog this week, and we got the news somewhat accidentally that Wanderer is planned for PSVR2. This leak was followed up with a confirmation tweet from the dev team, but I'd expect an official announcement from Sony sometime soon.
Kiroim Espeki. Kiroim Espeki. Kiroim Espeki. Alimro Espeki.
Another unexpected surprise on that same blog post was a PSVR2 remaster for GORN. This one has a huge following, so I'm pretty sure a ton of cats out there are excited to play GORN with analog sticks, adaptive triggers, and haptics in the headset. Another game that was leaked as part of the same blog post was a sequel to SOLARIS Off-World Combat by Firewall developer First Contact Entertainment. This might seem like a surprise to some, considering that only about 7 people ever played Solaris on PSVR1, but the game has a ton of potential, and with more unlockable skins and rewards for playing, I could see a proper sequel getting a lot of love on PSVR2. Man, someone needs to give freelance writer Dominic Kaufman a raise, because thanks to his now deleted PlayStation blog post, we got the announcement that Project WINGMAN is coming to PSVR2. Project Wingman is a single-player arcade flight game with an emphasis on combat and upwards of 40 hours of content, over 20 different aircraft to unlock, and more than 40 unique weapons at your disposal to fight different kinds of adversaries such as railgun cannons and giant mechanized fortresses.
There's tracers going by my wing. Bandits right on me.
Tally ho on bandits. Looks like they haven't given up this airspace quite yet. I'll cut this.
The good news is that the VR version of Kill It With Fire means the ultimate freedom to hunt and destroy mankind's most ancient and deadly nemesis. The bad news is that it's spiders in VR, so don't say we didn't warn you. Look, we don't need to complicate things here. There's somewhat of a spider problem in town, and as a licensed Kill It With Fire exterminator, you are the solution. But you're not going in alone. You've got a huge arsenal of weapons and technology to help you do a little bit of population control. Awesome Asteroids takes advantage of the optional PSVR2 eye tracking and allows players to target asteroids just by looking at them. The Gatling gun will detect which asteroid the player is looking at and automatically track the target. Players still control the firing, but the eye tracking provides quick and accurate targeting. And if you're looking to push the immersion through the roof, set up a Thrustmaster flight stick and play Asteroids the way it was always meant to be played. Awesome Asteroids is budget priced at just $8, but keep an eye on the store for a potential Plus discount at launch. In honor of the PSVR2 launch, the developers over at Kluge Interactive are dropping some of the best Synth Riders DLC ever, with 7 songs from the GORILLAZ. So these will be some of the first songs I play in multiplayer when the DLC goes live on February 22nd. Who's been watching the channel for a while knows that I absolutely love my Quest 2. Well, because it's the home of one of my favorite VR games of all time, Walkabout MINIGOLF. So I'm thrilled that after more than 2 years of begging and pleading, developer Mighty Coconut is finally bringing their game over to PSVR. 2, that is. This is one of those games that you'll install and it'll stay on your hard drive until the end of time. The multiplayer is fantastic, the physics are great, and the developers deliver new courses every few months or so.
This week